Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers? This is Infamous NYC coming back with another video. If you haven't tried Modern Warfare, I'd highly recommend it. As a person who primarily plays MMOs, I primarily played MMOs for the past 20 years. Never really got into like first-person shooters. It wasn't really my thing. Ideally, tried a little bit of Apex. Was kind of met. I really didn't get into it. Played the beta for Modern Warfare. And I highly recommend it. I enjoy it as a person who doesn't play FPS games, and I'm not like the Call of Duty fanboy. Like I buy every Call of Duty. Like this is the first Call of Duty game I've actually played. Highly recommend it. Very realistic. One thing I really liked about it is the wide variety of weapons that you can use. You can take a look at my loadout using the assault rifle. You can customize. There's a wide variety of customizations that you can utilize, even further customizing with the skins, camouflage, etc. You have a secondary weapon that can either be a launcher, a handgun. It could be a melee weapon. You have perks. You start out with the opportunity to slot 3, and then later on as you level you get opportunities to slot other ones. So when you get kill streaks, they kind of like come on like an on switch. So when you get 2 kills, etc., you get like up to 6 so far that I've gotten. And there's a wide variety that you can see that you can choose from. The other thing I liked was you get both a lethal and a tactical options for kind of like either like your E button, which is my non-lethal, and then right mouse button is your lethal. So it could be like a grenade, Molotov, C4, Semtex, etc. Tactical that I've been kind of messing around with is the gas grenade's pretty good, and the flash. You get flashed, it's a fucking death sentence. What else? They have a wide variety of. You also get field upgrades, which is basically my X. So for me, I primarily use the munitions box, which actually gives me more of my loadout. So it'll reload my ammo as well as give me back my lethal and non-lethal when I use them, as well as my secondary. So if I use all my rockets and I use all of my lethal and non-lethal and all of my ammo, I have a box that basically refills my ammunition for me and for anybody else that walks by and of course picks it up. So that's just, I primarily have been enjoying the ground war. The ground war is very fun. You have it's like I don't know, is it 40 versus 40 or something like that? Very fun, very enjoyable. I've spent hours. Like I did a 12-hour stream and that shit went by like that. I didn't even realize I'd been playing for that long when I first got it. And really enjoyable. And of course you've got gunfight, there's free-for-all, realism, private match, there's quick play, and that's multiplayer. You've got the campaign, and of course there's co-op. So for the $60, I'd say you get a really good amount, for your money in terms of your gaming. Even if you just do this casually, you'll get a lot of gameplay. There are going to be updates for it, of course, as well. So I guess from me, I would definitely enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I'd recommend it to anybody who's on the fence. I will say that tanks are like OP as shit and need to be nerfed. Hopefully that will come in the future. And sniping, the range on fucking sniping is ridiculous. Like you can literally snipe somebody from one end of the map to the other, and then you would never be able to like get up to that person unless you zerg them down, because by the time you get the kill, they'll always see you coming because they can see from so fucking far away. Seems to be a little too powerful, especially because typically, I mean, they try to make the game like as realism. I mean, it's fucking crazy how realistic this shit is. But then there's certain things where they kind of like overlook how unrealistic. Like to actually snipe somebody IRL, like it takes quite a bit of time. And sometimes you'll watch people who run around with a sniper rifle and they'll literally be free running and then boom, shoot you with a sniper rifle point blank, and not without any sort of having to aim, like you normally would via a sniper rifle, because there's so much shit that you have to between like wind and etc, fall off, all that shit, whatever. I don't use guns, but obviously I've watched enough movies where they show how snipers have to set up. It's not like this one. It's not this run and gun sniper shit that you see in Call of Duty, and that's something I would like to see. Either make the reloads for snipers either a bit longer, where you get one in the chamber and that's it, and then you got to reload that chamber, because sometimes people will just like multi-shoot sniper rifles, and it's like, where's the risk of lining up that one hit, that one kill, and then they're a little too far. For my taste, they shoot from way too far away, where there's very little room for counterplay, especially like with an assault rifle, because they're so far away that it makes it very difficult to re-aim with an assault rifle. And I get that they should have long range, but then they also have the multi-clip sniper rifles that just hit excuse me, that just can like unload a clip of multi shots, and that kind of defeats the purpose of being a sniper between that and tanks. But in any event, highly recommend the game. If you haven't had the opportunity to try it, I would give it a try. I say it's well worth the money. I'm enjoying playing it. I like get lost in time like playing this game. I highly recommend it. Give it a try, and hopefully I'll see you on the battlefield. Take care.